Number four. It is 5:30, but I can feel the sun burning my face. I'm just past the olive patch again and I'm on my way to Orizon. It's the 20th of June and it's fucking hot. But as I look ahead, there's huge black clouds all over Lure and the village Lures. So I don't know if it's coming this way, and I'd almost be glad of the cooler nature, because this is fucking hot. You don't often hear me complaining of the heat or anything, but today this sun feels, it just feels incredibly hot. I haven't felt it like this. It said the temperature today is just 33, something like that, which is nothing kind of exceptional, but it feels closer to 40 when you're out here. Today is the 20th, and it's kind of a special year for a few reasons. First of all, tomorrow is the 21st of June, and if I'm correct, it is the 40th. Believe that, the 40th anniversary of my dad's death. Sean Fitzgerald passed away 40 years ago tomorrow. The other thing is that I'm actually 59, which is the same age as my dad was 40 years ago when he passed away, which means if the man were alive today, he'd be 99. 99. People do live to be 99. Can you imagine my dad was still alive after all these years? Anyway, so that's the second thing. I'm 59. And the third thing, me and Flo, come the 25th of June, I believe, we'll be married 20 years. Got married in 2005, so it's also the year of our 20th year together. Not in France, because that was 2007, which, my God, that's just 2 years away. Isn't that a strange thing to think about? In 2 years' time, I'll have lived in France for 20 years, which is, it'll be a third, pretty much a third of my entire life in France. I'm a bit worried about this. Black clouds ahead. I hope I'm not going to have lightning or anything. This type of weather could have anything. So yeah, there's a few things going on. The other kind of dreadful news I got yesterday from Martina was that Paula Byrne was found dead just a year after her sister Mary Frances. It's so sad. The truth be told, I always wanted to meet Paula again. I wanted to speak to her, and after hearing that she'd been having some kind of difficulties with alcohol or whatever, I really wanted to speak to her. I was and I am kind of fond of all the Byrnes from our street. John Byrne was probably the best friend I ever had in the day. Man, that guy looked after me. He bought me so many drinks. And I don't think we never had an argument, or he never argued with me. And I don't know his two brothers too well, but Jesus, at one point or another I kind of had a crush on all of his sisters. They were all so beautiful. I'm sure they still are. Dorothy, Mary Frances, Paula, Catherine. Would love to have seen him again. Would love to have seen Mary Frances again. Kind of getting to that age when I used to think it'd be nice to have a get-together of guys from the street. You think, wouldn't it be nice to see this person or that person? But now we're at the age there isn't any guarantees anymore of seeing anybody. Goes for myself as well. Anyway, I don't want to get too morbid about things. But that is obviously big news. I don't even know how you process that in the family. And just because we're humans with all our failings, I'm curious about what happened. Anyway, it's Friday. I hope I said that already. The week just finished and I got back from my school an hour ago. Today we were just kind of, what were we doing? Oh yeah, this morning everyone was on their laptops practicing the Chloe for the test. I didn't because I can't fucking see the point. I've done 8 hours on that thing. And I've done like 90% of nearly all the exercises for A1, A2. And when I tried the B1, B2, it's demoralizing because I don't understand the questions. And so once you've done 90-something%, I just kind of, it's the same questions over and over again. I'm not quite sure what everybody else has been doing because this is about the third time now and it's like, I don't know, 3 hours each time. So everybody must have spent about 9 hours on that thing. There's not that much on it, you know. It's a bit puzzling unless they're going ahead and trying to do the harder stuff as well. But I decided to go through the notes. I feel better trying to just keep going through things and hope that certain things will stay in my head. And then after the break we were all doing a little bit of a day in the life of each person, kind of trying to preempt what's it called? Oral test will be like. It's quite common apparently for the guy to say, what job were you doing, what was it like? So everyone got a crack at doing that. It was surprising as well. Surprising first of all because some people were reading off their pages, which I think is kind of a bit pointless. You know you're not going to be reading anything on the day, so you might as well. And then it was surprising when Ethos started talking because I just began wondering, will they understand what he's talking about? It's the same with Grace. Grace's son was in an accident on his scooter. Not a scooter, I don't know what you call it, a fucking thing with two wheels. Anyway, and Grace came in today. But Jesus, it's after 5 months and I'm still at a loss to understand more than half what she says. So again, when she starts off with the guy, she doesn't seem to respond to maybe it's just me. You know, you try to get her on track but she goes off on tangents. And I kind of worry if she's like that with the examiner. And there's this thing where people, they get lost in trying to it's like you want to impress somebody, not with your level of French, but with the story you want to tell. And then you realize I can't really relay this story because I don't have the French, but you're so desperate and excited to try and express something that you kind of lose your mind, you know, and you're not really making much sense. And it's like the point of the whole thing is to get a certificate to say that you can speak a certain level of French. And really, no one gives a shit about what you're saying, is, you know, the examiner. So, yeah, I just worry, Grace. I don't worry, but I have a feeling she's going to perhaps make life complicated for herself instead of writing out 6 or 7 bullet points, realizing it doesn't have to be true. And also, most importantly, this is kind of what I'm trying to say, realizing you don't have to impress the guy with your life story. You're not trying to be entertaining with your life story. You're just trying to put across a certain level of French. So try and make your life simple. Kind of wrote down today. Try and make your answers simple and kind of short. But I can only imagine how Grace is going to. I have a feeling she'll just go off, and the examiner will have terrible trouble kind of containing her, you know. The test is the 24th, so it's Tuesday. And it's all kind of, there is a sense now of kind of these things drawing to the end of kind of the course, you know, because that week, let's say Tuesday is the 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th is Friday, 26th, 27th, and it's the 28th on Monday, next Monday week, 28th. I don't know, we're getting down to, it's like, you can count the weeks on one hand that we've left. And if you'd asked me Tuesday, I would have said I'm glad. Because I was just getting to the point of being fed up. Which is more and more French being thrown at you, you know. More pronouns, and the word qui comes along again, and all of a sudden it doesn't mean he. It doesn't mean who has the key. It doesn't mean who anymore. It means something completely fucking different. It's something to tie phrases together in a sentence, and you're like, how can you have one word and different meanings for anyway? It got to me in the middle of the week. And that exercise with these things, it was just Grace was explaining one sentence for like half an hour. And I kept kind of thinking to myself, oh geez, just give us all the examples and move on. Who fucking cares if we, you know, but trying to explain it all, and probably said all this in my last recording, by using the phrases, it's a complement direct, complement indirect, the subject, the object, subject, object, adverb, adjective, noun, pronoun, and kind of explaining what every piece of the sentence is. Then she went on, and I think by the end of the 10 examples, people were kind of automatically doing it pretty much correct. Actually, without kind of having to take apart each word, you know. Anyway, so I'm feeling fucking tired now. I'm walking into town. The clouds do seem to be coming this way because the sun is about to be caught under the clouds here. And I'm thinking, do I want to go all the way into town, or do I want to go back? And I think I'm going to go back. Kind of instinctively. I'm just turned on my heels. It's just instinct. There's no thought involved in that. It just feels like the right thing to do, to just turn around and go back. I have arrived pretty much near the houses that I walk through, you know, there where the horses used to be. That road down, I'm right there where if I went to my left, I could go all the way up to the La Bastide Hameau. But I'm going back because the rain is definitely coming. It's going to rain at some point. And also, I just got this sensation of what's the point in going all the way into Orizon, having a drink and then going all the way back? Just right now it seems kind of stupid. How long have I been talking for? 15 minutes. I'll keep talking up 30 minutes by the time I get back. I might drive into Orizon a bit later to get some stuff. Don't know what state Flo is in. She's at home glued to the laptop. I don't know what she does during the day, but she couldn't even manage to put a full bin bag out this morning. It was tied up and left in the bin. I know it's very hot, but she doesn't do anything in the house. She just doesn't go do any shopping. I don't really care, but if I feel like it, if I have the appetite, I haven't actually eaten anything meal-wise in about 3 days, but it's just been very hot. I haven't been hungry, but I'm considering the idea of just doing some mince, carrots and onions and stuff, and seeing if I have some kind of an appetite at 8 o'clock or something. There's not much to do after the class. I don't really feel motivated to start doing Frelo or anything like that. I'm not sure I'll ever do Frelo again because they're gonna the app gets kind of taken at the end of the course. I kind of lie around, play chess, and then we walk Tuco at night and go to bed. I don't mind, but there's a part of me does. Does that part of me thinks this isn't really right, is it? That you just... But then there's another part starting to kind of argue the point. Maybe it is right. What's wrong with it? Come home, relax, play some chess, watch some videos, and go to bed. What's the problem? You're not disliking it or anything. What's the problem? It's relaxing. I've got lots of tests coming, IRM scan and Mache. I'm going to make an appointment to see Greco. I've got the dentist. I've got Merite. Oh my God, that's 5 things. And I've also got that stupid, which is kind of stressful, the week's work in Carrefour. I don't know what that's going to be like. After the day or the half day of working the boulangerie, that kind of scared me, the prospect of how crap something can be. I hope I won't be just wandering around the aisles in Carrefour and no one will talk to me and I won't see anyone and I won't have a clue what I'm supposed to do. I think as an adult and as a fucking old person, if it's going to be like that, I'm going to ask somebody, and really if it's crap like that, I'm going to leave. I've got to be prepared to do something like that. There's no money in this or anything, you know. And I don't know how, you know, you do the stage and you get paid like as if you're going to school, but I don't know who fills the forms in or whatever, but fuck it. I mean, if they decide you're not getting anything for that week, whatever it is, 100 euros, fuck it. Just kind of act like a man and be like, I don't fucking care about your 100 euros, stuff it up your ass. I'm not walking around like an idiot here where no one is, again, listen to me. There's no point. in drawing up these scenarios. I really have no clue what it would be like. I don't know. It may be great. I mean, it may be go there and people are actually very friendly, and it may be that they're very keen to show me stuff, and they're very keen to keep me and get me to do some work. And I may find, geez, this is great. I'm going to spend the day putting these cans on the shelf. There isn't really any rush. No one is telling me you have to do that in the next half hour. Get something, you know, who knows. Part of myself is a little disgusted at myself, I think. The adult part that never really became a full person, you know. There's a small part of it maybe that is there with my arms crossed, looking at me and saying, what a fucking idiot, what an idiot. And it's a part that, and obviously this isn't any kind of an idea for doing something, but it's a part that does maybe come to the front when I've had a few drinks. Because then I would be like, you know, yeah, if I was in a certain drunken state of mind, I wouldn't really take shit from anyone, and I'd be thinking differently about everything. But you can't have that, sleep. So there's still somehow a junior part of me in control, I think. And I do try and control it every now and again. You know, in class, I have to stop myself, and I can get really stressed sometimes about what's going on and shit. Do I understand this? I don't understand what that word is. Oh my God, should I? And then I have to go, come on, for fuck's sake. Who gives a shit whether you understand a word or not? Don't be stupid. Oh my God, the test is coming up. Oh boy, I'm not really ready, am I? And then I think, come on. Do you really think a piece of paper with A1 or A2 on it is going to be something that's going to change your life? I mean, maybe it will. Maybe it'll be the very thing that gets me a certain job or a certain course. Now, a course. What fucking course am I going to do? I haven't an idea, really. No idea. No, because there's... See, that's the problem. It's just there, then I started thinking, what am I going to tell Flo about coming back? It shouldn't really be a thing, you know, but I was about to go through the scenario of saying to Flo, there's the storm coming and I didn't want to walk in because it could. And it's not that you want to tell a story or that it's interesting, you're justifying yourself. I feel the need to justify myself. As if I have a kid and I miss school and I have to justify the reason I missed the school day. Which is all lies, because the true reason is I didn't fucking want to go, that's all, but I have to make up shit because you can't say that. Justifying myself. There's that, and the other question which is fascinating is, you know, I don't really know what people think of me. I don't really know what Flo thinks of me, truly, you know, she's more explicit about the truth than most people, but I'm sure not completely. She's not completely. Even Flo would probably hold back from giving kind of the full whack of what she really thinks, because some of it is probably even too nasty to say for her, you know, which is saying something, because Flo doesn't really hold back. But in class it's the same. You like to think that people think something of you, but I don't know how I'm perceived. I smile all the time and I kind of laugh hysterically sometimes at stupid stuff. So I can't see myself. It's quite possible if there was a camera in the room and I looked at myself for a few hours, I may even be shocked at looking at myself. I may even say, my God, who is that idiot? Look at the faces he's making. Look at the stupid face he has trying to you know, I don't know. I don't really know. I don't know what I'm like. Because I'm not really stony faced. I don't sit there, I'm not aware of, don't show anything. I let myself go, so my lips are moving, I'm talking to myself. Sometimes I'm closing my eyes tightly, or one eye, or I'm moving around and my eyes are, I'm doing little scenarios to myself as if someone is looking at me. God knows how I come across and what people think. Said that the other day, I truly believe I don't come across like some sad, old, decrepit person. That I really believe I don't. And whether it's true or not, but again, I don't know, like Demo shakes my hand very often, but is it is it respect for the old guy, Is it respect for he was brought up to respect these elders, is it that? I don't know. I hope they at least have found me interesting, because that was the one thing that I was happy with. After about a week or two, I started to relax and I started to let myself go, and I remember thinking about Norm Macdonald and thinking, people would say about Norm Macdonald, he'll go on to these shows and he'll tell a joke, and it may be the most old-fashioned joke in the world, but he's this unique individual who gets so much pleasure out of telling the joke, he doesn't really care how it's received. And if people don't respond, to him it's just as interesting. He has to do it, and I was thinking about that, and then I thought, why don't you just, God, what a cliche thing to say, but be yourself. What a phrase that is. But it was kind of that. It was, I'm going to say something, I'm going to do something very silly and stupid, but I think it's funny. Yeah, but will anybody else? How do you know? I don't know, I don't care. I think it's funny if I say this sentence in the middle of this moment. So instead of getting embarrassed about reading a line about putting my panties on like there was one day, I just kind of relished the moment, and I thought, this is funny, I'm a transvestite, how about that? And I let out what I was thinking loudly, and I did a few more things like that, where it's genuinely coming from you. You're not copying anybody or anything like that. You're just saying, I find this funny, and I'm going to say it. I don't know if anybody, but it's like taking Norm Macdonald, his philosophy on board, and saying, I don't really care if maybe they just think it's, and everybody seemed to laugh. And if people think you're funny, and they like when it's your turn, because you're going to put that's the best kind of compliment for me to psychologically imagine, because it's like a Norm Macdonald thing. If everybody thinks, oh, it's Eddie's turn to read, I like this because he's always kind of got an unusual, some more or less funny way of looking at things. So they think, he'll have an interesting way of doing this. Entertaining, I guess. Wouldn't everybody like to be entertaining? you feel useful, you feel kind of powerful in a way, you know, important or whatever. But I don't know, I'm saying all this stuff, and it's of course subjectivity. I'm more or less saying what I would like and how I would like to be perceived. I don't know how I am. I don't know what people really make it, the quirks and the things I say and various, me arriving first. Maybe they think he's amazing. He's like a little scared kid. I hope I'm not like that when I'm 59 or whatever age he is. I don't know. But it doesn't matter. Hey, 30 minutes. I think I'm gonna stop now. 15 minutes up. I'm gone past the olive patch. I'm on my way back. I thought I felt some drops of rain earlier, so I think instinct. I follow your instinct. And I will say adios for now. That's a bit of the history of what's going on at the moment in my land here.